So the first dialogue we put in our video was of me saying, "Hi, I'm Kathy H," and then I go on for a little bit. And the reason why we thought that was very important is because it kind of displays the really interesting narrative techniques that Ishiguro uses. So it's a very informal first-person narrative throughout the whole novel. And at times you can see Kathy as the narrator, and you can hear Kathy start a story, and then she'll just stop out of nowhere and say, "Actually, we need a flashback so this makes sense." And a lot of times it ends up not making sense anyway.
We included the scene about Tommy in our documentary, or in our trailer, because it shows him being uncreative. And we included this, we thought this was important because at Hailsham, creativity was the most expressed thing. Teachers wanted all the students and everyone to be creative, and they stressed that in everything they did. Tommy was not very creative, and that's why he was outlawed by all the rest of the people at the school. And that really led to his characterization as a person, and then it led to his future, poop.
Yeah.
Another very important scene in our trailer was of me listening to music. Of course, I'm the star, Kathy, and Kathy listens to her cassette tape by Judy Bridgewater, and the name of her favorite song is "Never Let Me Go." So obviously that's the title of the book, and that cassette is a very important motif, and it comes up throughout the novel. And she talks about how that's her most prized possession. She goes on with the description of the cassette for over a paragraph, which I thought was pretty insane. And so this motif of the cassette also leads to a larger theme, and that is a kind of a theme of like lose and find, lost and found. She loses the cassette, and then she finds it up in Norfolk, and also that theme can also be seen in her relationship with Tommy. And as you can read in our essay, that's a really important theme because it gives a little hope to this mostly grim and dark novel.
The cassette that we used in our trailer, in our movie trailer that we portrayed, is also very important because it foreshadows a couple of things. With Judy Bridgewater smoking a cigarette on the cover of the cassette, and then with cigarettes and being outlawed at Hailsham, it foreshadows the fact that they'll have to keep that the people at Hailsham will have to keep their bodies and organs clean for future donations. And then another thing it foreshadows is, since Kathy's favorite line in the song is "Baby, baby, never let me go," and she thinks about a woman who wants to have children but can't, that she thinks about that every time, and then in the future she learns that she cannot have children because of what she's planned to do. So that's good foreshadowing that the cassette provides.
Another scene that we put in our trailer was of Matt looking at his possible, which is like the possible person that he was modeled from. And one of the reasons why obviously this is a crucial scene because it's the first time we hear about the clones. And this scene actually happens in chapter 12, and the book, I believe, is only 22 chapters. So Kathy, she's narrating the whole time, never thinks to mention this, and then out of nowhere she just says, "Oh yeah, we're all clones." And so this is a theme that I kind of picked up on in the novel, which I thought was very strange of Ishiguro to put in there. And it's a theme of kind of just no surprise, like it's just normal. And so that kind of adds to like a mysterious tone because you never know what's going to happen. It looks like just a bunch of normal kids and all of a sudden they're clones. And this scene of no surprise is also seen at the very end of the book when Tommy and Kathy hear that deferrals actually don't exist. And there's like, Tommy asks again and again, like, "Are you sure they don't exist?" But then there's no really like huge description of how sad they are, unlike this description of the cassette, which seems so trivial. So this comparison of these two things, which seem to be unbalanced, are actually kind of unbalanced in the other way. The cassette is so much more important than her relationship with Tommy, it seems. And I think Ishiguro does this to add to the tone of the novel and to make this novel a true drama rather than a romantic novel or something like that.
The final thing that we included in our trailer is the last line, which is actually the last line of the book as well. And it's Kathy H. talking about how she just gives up everything. She just goes where she's supposed to go in the end because she realized that's what she's supposed to do. And that relates to humans in a broad outlook because that's what humans often do. They just look at what they're supposed to do and they follow that path, like getting a job, going to college, all that stuff. It's set for them, and that's what they have to follow. They don't resist against it. They just go with the flow.